so emotional that you'll just wanna puke. And you're so cute, so confident, so unfamiliar too. I could've sworn I knew you years ago at the carnival by the tracks. Remember Dump the Clown, rotten teeth, and undercooked flapjacks. When you were stuck at 2 a.m., I wish you would've called. I would've been there in an instant. We could've rented Annie Hall. And I'd be your Woody Allen with my witty, subtle quips. And you'd be my Diane Keaton till you gave me the slip. And I'd search and search forever for my flighty, flawless lass. I'd drive to California despite the price of gas. You haunt me and deceive me and relieve my aching soul. You implanted me false memories with a jar that holds a troll. If you were in an accident, a fire, a raging flood, I'd save you from the wreckage and I'd share my type A blood. Let's go swinging on a rope in your two-piece by the river. I know the water's cold, babe, but I'm here in case you shiver. And you can't hide your broken heart. Listen to the sparrow's art. When you're out of doors. Lonely engine pumping steam. Everybody has a dream. Baby, can I be in yours?
Live for the World Cafe, that was a song called Dig In. I'm Raina Douris. My guest today is Matt Farley. That song is by Mose Haven, one of Matt's many musical projects. When you were in college, Mose Haven made an album a day for a year. Is that correct?
It was after college. We should have grown out of it by then, but we weren't. We were, 28 years old, telling our friends, we're going to record an album a day for the whole year, and our friends are just like, you guys. But yeah, we... And the theory is like, if you force yourself to be creative regularly, then you're going to write some total garbage works of art, but also you're going to just accidentally write some masterpieces.
Yeah. So that was the motivation behind it. How did you do that and like keep up with the rest of your life?
Yeah. Well, we cheated. We cheated a lot. So like some days we'd record an hour worth of music. So good, we've covered tomorrow, so we can just live our lives. And we would bank up, several days. Some days you do 90 minutes worth of music, and sometimes our definition of what a song was very loose. But the point was we wrote tons of good stuff, right, Tom? Yeah, so it worked, and I recommend it to everybody, Like, instead of just relaxing and playing on your phone, you should force yourself to write music.
Yeah, even if you don't feel like it.
Especially when you don't feel like it, yeah.
When you were playing with Mose Haven, you noticed something as you started sharing your songs about which songs were getting the most attention online. Could you tell us what happened?
Yeah, we had a song called I Love Hugh Grant. Which is just an ode to how great Hugh Grant is and was. Tom sings lead vocals on it, and it's really silly. And then a few years down the line, we're looking at our stats, and it's like, I Love Hugh Grant is our number one song. And keep in mind, our number one song. It wasn't the number one song. It was our number one song, meaning it earned more than all the others. And like $2 a month. Right,
which is impressive in a streaming environment to earn even $2 a month.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, I know what to do.
Yeah, when you figured that out, what did you do next?
Yeah, well, I studied the stats for a few months. Shut Up Your Monkey is another one that we wrote, and what I'm noticing is it's like songs with unique titles that it's not just a love song, It's a song called Shut Up Your Monkey or I Love Hugh Grant. And I was like, I bet if I just wrote a song about every celebrity, about every animal, about every type of food, every unusual topic, each of them would earn me a few dollars a year, and one day I could be on World Cafe.
Yeah, well, here you are. You made it.
It all worked out.
Do you try to figure out what might hit like that algorithm, or do you just sort of throw whatever you can at it?
Just throw it. It's easier to record and write a song than to try to like investigate how well it might work.
What have you learned, though? I mean, now that you've been doing that for a while, what have you learned about getting people to hear you?
Names. People like songs with their name in it, and so I've done names. Very, getting the obvious names and the more unique names. And I'm not proud to admit toilet humor is very popular too.
Yeah, I mean, toilet humor really has done extremely well for you.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish even got into your music and posted a video of her talking about one of your songs. I'm going to play a clip of that right now.
You ever have a song stuck in your head that you don't even know if it exists, but it's stuck in your head? I have a song about poop stuck in my head, and I don't think it's actually real, but poop. Oh my God, it is real.
That was Billie Eilish talking about, she's actually talking about the poop song there that you released under the name The Toilet Bowl Cleaners.
Yeah.
That song has almost 7 million streams as of today. Here's a bit of it.
Oh, poop, 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 poop.
That's the poop song from the Toilet Bowl Cleaners. Matt, when you saw the video of Billie Eilish talking about that song, what went through your head?
I'm going to be honest, and Billie, I hope you're not listening, but my first thing was, who's Billie Eilish? This was a long time ago. She was just becoming a thing, and so I've been a huge fan ever since. You know, I'm like, wow, she's got great taste in music. I like Billie Eilish, but I could just tell because like there were thousands of comments under it with people being like, what is this Toilet Bowl Cleaners? And I was like, this is brilliant. Billie Eilish just did a very valuable marketing campaign for me for free. I loved it.
Did you feel like a Billie boost on that song?
Oh, yeah. If you look at the YouTube comments for that song, it's just all like, I can't believe Billie likes this. Like, what's wrong with Billie?
I'll quickly reintroduce you. I'm speaking with Matt Farley today on World Cafe. You've made several albums, each with many, many songs on them about things like poop, but poop songs are just part of your output. Another big chunk of your songs are about public figures, popular public figures. We're going to hear one live in a minute. How do you choose who to write about?
Well, at first I would kind of go like search top celebrities, you know, but and that gets you like Brad Pitt and Natalie Portman and people like that. And then in addition to that, it just people who come across my radar, sort of, you know, just anytime anyone brings up anyone to me, I'm like, let me write that on my thing. I'll do a song about that person. And so, yeah, just whatever. If people recommend it to me too, like you got to do a song about this or that.
Yeah. I mean, the song that you're playing for us today is one you released in 2019 called Timoth Chalamet is Adored by All People Because He's Great. And you put it out in 2019. Timoth Chalamet is having a really big year right now.
Yeah.
Do you see an effect on the streams when an artist or a popular person, a celebrity, is in the news a lot?
In the zeitgeist, if you will. I do sometimes. I haven't specifically noticed it with the Chalamet song, unfortunately for me, but I do know that it's popular. I didn't even know. I forgot I had written it, and then some students from Oberlin College came to one of our shows, and they sent an email and said, you have to do the Chalamet song. So we learned it. We performed it at the show. Turns out they hadn't arrived yet at the show when we performed it. So we did it again later in the night when they showed up. That's how big our audience was, that we could tell... They weren't there yet. That's
a really interesting thing, though, that you've just brought up. Like, you have so many songs that if someone asks for one, you might have to go and relearn it because you probably didn't play it since you recorded it.
Or rewrite it. We'll just make up a new one rather than learning the Chalamet song. We'll just come up with some chords and just make up some lyrics. It's probably similar to what I wrote originally.
Will you play it for us?
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful, you're famous actor and you're handsome, oh yeah. Timoth Chalamet, call me by your name. You are a complete unknown, that's the name of the movie that you're in, oh yeah. Timoth Chalamet, you are so talented. I love to watch the movies that you're in, cause you do a good job in them, oh oh. Timoth Chalamet, role in the coming-of-age comedy drama entitled Lady Bird. Oh, Timoth Chalamet, I really want to be your friend. Timothée Chalamet. Let me give you my phone number, 603-644-0048. Timothée Chalamet, you're a super duper handsome actor, man. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And you're really good at portraying characters up on the big screen. Timothée Chalamet, you're so great. There's nobody better in the world than Timothée Chalamet. Oh, 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 yeah.
On World Cafe, I'm Raina Douris. You just heard a song by my guest today, Matt Farley, called Timothée Chalamet is adored by all people because he's great. Keen-eared listeners may have noticed that you put your phone number into that song, and you do that a lot.
Yes.
Why?
Why? Well, I like talking to people. It's fun. It's fun to talk to people. That's the one good reason. Two, it's just hilarious. You know, imagine you're listening to a song and the singer sings his phone number. If it were me, I'd be like, I would have been dialing that number immediately. And three, I think it's like just a good marketing tool, you know, because if someone calls the guy who wrote the Chalamet song and he answers, that person's going to tell their friends about it, you know?
How often do people call you?
2 to 5 times a day, plus
A
text.
day?
Oh, yeah. Lots of texts. I wake up to some weird messages every morning, you know? But mostly it's cool, nice people just, you know, being like, oh, wow, I didn't think you'd answer. And we talk for a few minutes.
In that song, you are saying to Timothée Chalamet, please call me. Have you had anybody from your songs call you?
Yeah. I've definitely had people call. Bodie Miller, the skier, the Olympic skier. Bodie Miller called me. We had a nice chat. His kid, I think it was his kids or nephews or something. They were in the car. They were having a good time. And, I ended up with I wrote a song about a journalist from the New York Times, Brett Martin. He called me and ended up writing a profile on me in the New York Times. So that worked out well.
You're right. It is actually a really good marketing tool. How does your family feel about you getting a bunch of random phone calls at all times of day and night?
Yeah. Well, my wife makes me turn off the phone at night. And otherwise, I would absolutely leave it on and so excitedly answer the phone at 3 a.m. But you got to make concessions sometimes.
You released that song about Timothée Chalamet under the name Paparazzi and the Photogs. You have a ton of different monikers that you go by. I think it's something around 80 different names.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of having so many different names?
The purpose is, it's funny. You know, I think for one thing, it's fun. I want to be a fly on the wall for somebody who knows Paparazzi and the Photogs and then starts listening to the very nice, interesting singer man and then has that moment where they're like, wait, it's that guy, you know? And so that's just fun to imagine. And then I just thought it would be too much. Like if you went to one artist and there were 25,000 songs, I feel that people would just say, I can't go down that road. So I try to make it a little bit easier and kind of break it up mostly into like themes. Like the Toilet Bowl Cleaners sing about poop. The Hungry Food Band sings about food. The Singing Animal Lover sings about animals. I could go on.
I mean, I think that this sheer volume of names and songs is... I really do want to get into that because I think you have somewhere north of 25,000 songs.
Yes.
More probably now because I think when I read that was a stat that came out months ago.
Yeah.
You know, how many would you say you're up to now? Could you guess?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 25,940 or so.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know I'm about an album and a half away from the milestone, 26,000, like a marathon almost. Yeah.
How many songs do you write a day or a week or a month?
Well, lately I've been trying to release 50 a month. That's been my goal for the last year or so. And there were some years where it was 100 a month. There were some stretches where it's 200 a month. And then I just, 6 months of that, and it's like, oh man, I gotta slow down. This is getting unhealthy.
How do you maintain that level of output?
I think, the voice in your head that questions what you're doing, I've kicked that voice out of my head. So like any self-doubt or questioning or self-criticalness, whatever the word is, is just gone. And so, and I always say, like, we're not good judges of if a work is good or not. So all we have to do is make it and let the world decide if it's good or not. And just it's sort of worked, you know. It's like we've gotten to the point where people come to our shows, so we're doing something right. So let's not mess with what's working.
When you're doing so many songs, I want to come back to the shows and the fan base that you've built in a minute, but when you're doing so many songs about kind of the same thing, sometimes you're doing a lot of songs about poop or a lot of songs about names or say office supplies. How do you keep that interesting for yourself?
I don't necessarily. Maybe I don't. You know, like I am quite possibly bored with the process while I'm working on a song, but I just don't let that stop me from continuing. And sometimes it's like you're excited about it, and then you write a bunch, and you're bored with it, and then you write a bunch more, and suddenly you're back around to excited.
Yeah. I'm sure that people listening to this, at least some people, are probably wondering, how much do you make off of streaming a year, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, well, the New York Times, as verified by the New York Times in 2023, I made $200,000 off of streaming royalties.
Yeah, that's amazing.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I can't believe it.
What does that allow you the freedom to do?
Well, it allows me to homeschool my kids Monday through Thursday while my wife's at work, and then when she's home, it allows me to just be in the spare room driving them crazy by singing all day long Friday through Sunday.
I feel like your kids would love it, though. Kids would love this.
Oh, I think, I mean, they don't dislike it, but I don't think they even noticed. Like, since they were infants, there was always this guy in the other room singing.
My guest today on World Cafe is Matt Farley, maybe the most prolific musician on earth. We're going to hear a song from another project of yours. You're going to perform a song from your band, The Big Heist, and this is, for lack of a better word, I guess, a serious
song. I call it the no jokes output of my work. No jokes.
Tell us about The Big Heist.
The Big Heist is these three guys and me right here. Tom Scalzo, I met him in college, and we started writing songs together right away. Froggy over there on drums, I met him in second grade, and we've been talking music ever since. And Pete, we met in high school. Froggy and Pete and I, we sat at the losers table in high school together, but we bonded. And we've always kind of made music together in different iterations, but it was only like, I don't know, 7-8 years ago that the four of us started making music together, and now we are The Big Heist, and it's great.
That's awesome. You know, the song that you're about to play, When the Beat Gets Settled, on Spotify, it's been streamed far less by orders of magnitude than the Poop song.
Yeah, I know.
How do you see the relationship between the jokier, stream-friendly music that you release and the more earnest, you know, like in your words, non-joke songs?
Well, the thing is, as low as the stream count is for the no joke songs, it would be even lower if it weren't for the silly songs. And so it's like for every 1,000 fans of the silly songs, we can pull one of them over to appreciate the serious stuff. And so, you know, if my lot in life is to make a living off silly songs and still be able to make music with these guys, that's not so bad. And in the meantime, we'll try to push the serious stuff a little bit more, see what happens.
Well, let's hear it. This is When the Beat Gets Settled, The Big Heist, live for the World Cafe.
Face plan in the basement. Might I offer a replacement? Get through it, dudes, from the base camp. You made it through without a tramp stamp. I'm proud of you mostly. Come here, pick up your trophy. You are a masterpiece and a catastrophe, and I'll always catch what you're throwing on me. Hot nights, not nice, not quite. I think you've been here once or twice. When your mama's around, we'll be polite, but your mama can't stick around all night. You are a masterpiece. I've sailed 7 seas, and yet I never seen what you're throwing on me. Come on, put your foot to the pedal. We'll figure the beat gets settled. Handstands up on the bandstand, falling into place just like your man planned. Tricky Dicky should have been rested and tanned if he'd have wanted to be in demand. You are a masterpiece and a catastrophe I'd never seen. What you thrown on me? Touchdown, tearing the house down. I know I hit the spot when I hear that mouse sound. Every town it stays in town. A bunch of strays playing in the pound. You are a masterpiece, a relief so sweet. I don't keep it free. What you thrown on me? Come on, put your foot to the pedal. We'll figure it out when the beat gets settled. Come on, put your foot to the pedal. We'll figure it out when the beat gets settled. Come on, put your foot to the pedal. We'll figure it out when the beat gets settled. Come on, put your foot to the pedal. We'll figure it out when the beat gets settled. Put your foot to the pedal when the beat gets settled. Put your foot to the pedal when the beat gets settled. You're a masterpiece and a catastrophe. Don't keep that free. What you thrown on me?
Matt Farley is my guest on the World Cafe today. That's him with his band, The Big Heist, with their song When the Beat Gets Settled from their album Mo 75 Volume 1. I'm Raina Douris. What would you say to somebody who sees the number of songs you've put out and thinks, oh, you're just trying to like flood this. It's kind of cheap. It's cynical.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I wish I knew what to say because I see it a lot. What do you say? It comes
Does
up
it?
a lot.
Does it come up a lot?
Yeah. I mean, song spammer is like, my the moniker that's used to describe me the most. Or some people say like a get rich quick scheme, and I'm like, oh yeah, what a quick scheme. For 25 years, I've been like forcing myself to write songs to get a middle class living. So, but I think anyone who digs a little bit deeply realizes that like there's tons of energy and excitement and creativity behind all this. And frankly, like Tom and I wrote an album a day in 2006. We released almost none of it. We were doing it anyway. Like once we knew we could release it, we started to, but we would have been doing this either way.
Yeah. Does anything ever end up on the cutting room floor for you?
No, I mean, there's stuff from way back Tom and I did in like college and the years after that. We could probably release another 500 songs. But since like 2007, if it's been recorded, it's been released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're also a filmmaker.
Yes.
That could be a whole other interview.
Yeah.
Does your philosophy change at all when you're working on movies versus when you're working on music?
A little bit, just because filmmaking, like you can write and record a song in 10 minutes, whereas a movie you have to plan this thing way in advance. You got to write it all out, then you got to recruit people to be in it. You got to film it. You got to edit it. So it's much more like thinking about each step and less improvisational to make a movie.
Yeah. I mean, it does seem to me, whether it's with your band or the movies that you make, a lot of it is sort of the joy of the collaboration.
Yeah.
With friends.
Yeah. I mean, the four of us would not be hanging out if we weren't coming to do this and do a show in Philly. So, like, you get to an age, I find, like, you can't just hang out with your friends as much. I can't just say, like, we can't all say to our wives, hey, we're going to go meet up in Philly and grab lunch, And so we have to create this whole world of music to justify the lunch that we had a few hours ago. But whatever it takes, just to get a little guy time, right, guys?
I'm glad we could help provide that.
Thank you.
I would like to say that I actually don't think it's cynical at all the way that you work. I think that it's inspiring. Like there's like a commitment and a persistence and a consistency and just a desire to create. And it's paid off in literally in money, but also been attention from things like the New York Times. You were on the Tonight Show. You've accumulated this true fan base for your music and your movies. That it's not an ironic fan base. They love what you do.
Yeah. Thank you.
And there's a community that's really formed around it. You have a big event every year called the Moturn. Am I saying Moturn right?
Yeah.
Called the Moturn Extravaganza, where you showcase a bunch of your work. And there's also basketball tournaments.
Well, yeah, I've been known to challenge the audience. I say, I'll be at Emerson Park in Peabody tomorrow, and if you dare to play me in basketball, I will destroy you. And I've beaten every one of my fans who's dared.
Oh, good for you.
I want to go on the record. Tom beat me in again, but he's not a fan. He's a colleague, so it's okay.
That they should move on to Tom after they beat you.
It was so
Or after you beat them.
embarrassing. Yeah, I could see the disappointment in the fans' eyes when Tom just dismantled me on the court. It was humiliating.
I'm speaking with Matt Farley today on World Cafe. You have more music to play for us, and the next song you're going to play for us is It's Okay to Break the Law If You Have Good Intentions, which you released under the name The Very Nice Interesting Singer Man, which is one of my personal favorite monikers of yours. When you have so many songs, how do you even choose what to play for something like this?
Yeah, well, we've been doing a good number of live shows over the last 5-6 years, and so we know what we can play together and what people seem to respond to. You know, we've done like 250 songs probably, if you work out the set list over all the years, and so we know what works, and this one's super fun.
It's Okay to Break the Law If You Have Good Intentions by the Very Nice Interesting Singer Man, aka Matt Farley, on World Cafe.
Life is long and I might get caught, but it's all so short and probably not. My only regrets are the fights I never fought, all the stuff that I've been taught. I forgot all except for one lesson that keep them guessing. If you think you won't press, it's time for pressing. The only field that I want success in is the inability to give a false confession. So I keep on yelling loud and I keep on feeling proud as authorities remove me from the crowd, telling me I was doing what wasn't allowed. If the friendly officers don't understand, I still get a shot at the witness stand. I'm gonna speak from the heart, they'll give me a hand, they'll say, we decree you not to breathe this man. And if that is the worst case scenario, it's pretty obvious I gotta give it a go. Self-destruction, such a powerful foe. Don't go with the flow, go put on a show. I ain't never got the job with a nice big pension, never been awarded any honorable mention, always been a man who didn't like convention. It's okay to break the law if you got good intentions. Keep on yelling loud and I keep on feeling proud as authorities remove me from the crowd, telling me I was doing what wasn't allowed. I ain't never got the job with a nice big pension, never been awarded any honorable mention, always been a man who didn't like convention. It's okay to break the law if you got good intentions. Hey, never got the job with a nice big pension, never been awarded any honorable mention, always been a man who didn't like convention. It's okay to break the law, you got good intentions. So I keep on yelling loud and I keep on feeling proud as authorities remove me from the crowd, telling me I was doing what wasn't allowed. I ain't never got the job with a nice big pension, never been awarded any honorable mention, always been a man who didn't like convention. It's okay to break the law, cause I got good intentions.
Live for World Cafe, you just heard It's Okay to Break the Law If You Have Good Intentions by my guest, Matt Farley. I'm Raina Douris. Well, the last song that we're going to hear it's from your 2022 album, I Feel Dumb Singing About Famous People So Much, But It's All I Know. There are 50 songs on that album. You have songs about folks like John Candy, Harry Houdini, Hunter S. Thompson, model Gigi Hadid. You're not playing any of those ones today.
Nah.
Today, you're going to play a song that is near and dear to my heart called People Like Raina Douris Because She's Great. I remember how excited I was when I discovered that this song existed. How did a song about me end up on an album?
Well, you came across my radar, you know. I listen to World Cafe. I see you on Twitter, and I was like, I got to do a song about Raina Douris, and that's how it worked. And I can't remember if did I share it with you on Twitter, or did you find it on your own? I can't even remember.
I feel like maybe you shared it with me, or somebody. I can't remember. I did not come across it on my own, though. I wasn't searching my own name on Spotify.
No, what's that? I probably gave it time. I'm like, it's more fun if people find it themselves. But if a few months go by, I'm like, they're not as shameless as me, constantly Googling their own names. So I'm gonna have to let them know.
It is. I have to say, it's very accurate. How do you do your research?
I think Wikipedia, right? Yeah, I think I went on Wikipedia. Did I get my facts right? You were on 102.1 The Edge?
You have it all correct. Everything you say is
and all the
right.
lines about how wonderful you are?
That's the most correct part. I do want to be clear that we didn't have you on just because you wrote a song about me. But I do want to say I'm honored. I'm very excited to hear you play this. I'll let you take it away.
Raina Douris, you are an award-winning radio personality from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Oh yeah, you got a wonderful radio voice. Yeah, you're talking to the microphone and people like to listen to you because you're wonderful. You are the host of World Cafe. Prior to that, you had a lot of great experience working on different radio shows and doing such a wonderful job. Ever since your days at 102.1 The Edge, people have enjoyed listening to you on the radio because you are wonderful. Raina Douris, there's nothing that you cannot do. You are super wonderful and super intelligent. Oh yeah, you got great taste in music. You listen to very good music, and you play the music for the people who are listening to your radio show. Raina Douris, you are the very best person in the world.
That was one of the best and strangest moments of my broadcasting career so far. In a live performance with the World Cafe, Matt Farley with a song called People Like Raina Douris Because She's Great from his 2022 album, I Feel Dumb Singing About Famous People So Much, But It's All I Know. Matt Farley, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Well, what an honor. And I'm sorry I couldn't look you in the eye while I was singing that whole song. It was too intense.
I'm Raina Douris, back in a moment with more World Cafe.